Aduh, suruh belanja dulu tadi gua, ya Allah. Anjing, bang waktu lama banget. Gak penting banget sumpah. Pancong lah, inilah itu. Bangsat. Gue hilang lagi. Topi. That's my treasure. Biarin. Oke. Waktu kita lanjut ya guys ya. Main story yelan aja lah. Buka. Yes. Ini yang sising. Oh dong, saya jadi sising boleh nggak? Oh dong, saya bayar deh. Mau dong jadi sising. Dari mana aja? Belanja. Saya suruh belanja si anjing. Sobat. Tapi gue hilang lagi. Jalan. Mata karun gue satu-satunya bagus lagi tuh topi. Jalan. Satunya topi yang ngebuat gue terlihat seperti Jotaro. The real ya. The real fucek Jotaro. Sudahlah. Ntar gua pakai headset dulu sengaja, gua keringetan, ntar bawa headset gua. Hilang lagi.
Traveler, bye mom.
Platinum ya.
It's been a long time.
Nama gua Platinum, keren kan? Platinum. Macem-macem. Gua time stop nih.
Thanks to the help of people like
Berkebantuan
you
kalian,
and colleagues
yang
like
gak
Ganyu,
aku semakin terbiasa.
better all the time. But
Tapi akhir-akhir
I've
ini
been
aku tidak
feeling
bisa fokus.
distracted at work
Rasanya
lately.
kalut.
I just
Kalut
feel
itu yang ada di
constantly
leher ya.
agitated.
Guys ya, ingat. Tuh kalut.
It's a long story. But my father, he's thinking of stepping down from the Tianshu position due to health issues.
Kalung.
What's wrong with Uncle Tian?
Kalung itu yang dipakai buat sholat Jumat tuh di bawah sini.
He's not unwell.
Gituin.
He says he's just increasingly low on energy these days. He's always said, old age comes for us all in the end. Still, I just can't help but feel a little emotional watching it happen to him.
Fuck.
Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangsheng Tea House. Why don't you come pay him a visit with me? He seems very fond of you too.
Kamu bukannya
I'm
hewannya
sure
suka
chatting with you will make him
bunga-bunga?
very happy.
Sure, let's go.
Gak tahu aku. Gak tahu. Yang bukan channel gua di sini, yang channel gua juga di sini. Kumpul aja semua. Acak-acakan, acak-acak lagi, nggak apa-apa. Ini lagi. Semua yang di sini. Semua sekalian ambil semua.
Come on, let's get moving. We're not frozen in place after all.
Taruh emas gua itu. Terus yang buat gua terlihat seperti Jotaro. Anjir sekali. Hilang tuh topi gila. Cuma ada pinnya dulu. Topi. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Dia ke Yansang lantai 2, oke. Kayak kaya nih bos. Kaya itu yang apa namanya? Mau gue ke lantai 2, boleh. Mau gue ke lantai 2, boleh. Cara Ada 2 cara nih, cara kasar apa cara easy nih? Ngomong aja cara kasar, oke. Soalnya cara easy gue bisa masuk. Percuma juga gitu loh. Bajingan. Tahu sih? Apa kesalnya?
Uncle Tian, we're here to chat with you.
Cara maling, oh iyalah. Tanpa cara itu, akan ada yang namanya kehidupan indah.
Why don't you go downstairs?
Where the fuck is my head?
To make us a fresh pot of tea.
Son of a... Ah, I thought that was my head.
I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently.
Okay.
I would very much like to hear your adventure stories.
Jangan tangan bumi, udah. Gue lupa naruh nih topi ini. Jalan.
Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry, I'm quite all right.
Naik bumi bersaksi, deritaku jalani. Deritaku jalani. Dulu kalau temen gue bukan begitu. Naik bumi bersaksi, pala botak disolasi. Iya, jokesnya begitu dulu.
Though the mind is willing, the flesh is weak. Especially recently, I noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels. I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today. Nevertheless, I wish to pass on the position before my mental acuity begins to decline beyond redemption.
How difficult is it to transfer the Tianshu position?
Oh, well, you see, the Tianshu is a rather unique position among the Liyue Qixing. Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning, giving advice. So a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free from influence by outside forces. So we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends a candidate of choice, and this is then approved by the other Qixing members.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct.
Mandi ya, saya doakan semoga
I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer. In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tian here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tian, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety, too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessment.
You better change your clothes.
Meet me on the first floor when you're ready.
That's not
Until then,
fucking formally. You go somewhere.
Oh, and no
bitch.
need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment,
Oh my god, halo na pas live cuy. Nopal Slebel gila. Nopal Shelby. Nggak ada
You're all set?
Slebel. Shelby gue manggil.
Uncle Tian
Shelby
seems
atau nggak gue
really
sebut
worn
sama sekali
down.
udah itu aja.
It's like
Nopal
all his
Shelby.
energy's
Nggak ada
gone.
Slebel.
Yeah,
Walaupun namanya Slebel
it
gue
may
panggil
sound
Shelby.
harsh, but Uncle Tian is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore.
Yang mau dipanggil Shelby gue
So
panggil
he's
Sheldon.
recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingguo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingguo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing. We can't afford to miss anything, no matter how small.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open.
Gagal dah. Males. Bangsat. Jatuh lagi. Mas. Mas aku. Gagal tengik.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
Berisik kayak berisik. Tergagal dah mas. Pergi ke Yuehai Pavilion untuk investigasi. Yuehai. I'm doing that shit. What is that? Aha. Yapparisoda. Di acara What the fuck happened, dude? Ngilang, tembus. Keren, ya. Lihat, the power of Thomas Lebel. Macem sama gua. Dis Lebel langsung Thomas. Ya. Thomas Cruise, ya nggak? Bukan Cruise, siapa lagi? This is the hard way, man. Jangan ikutin guys. Cara sulit. Terpantut untuk ditiru. Dimanapun dan kapanpun. Muter, selalu muter. Gue males muter sebenernya, tapi udahlah. Nyari cepetnya ya, nyari stunnya udah. Blaze Lily. Slick Flower.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being unreasonable.
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances, it would be better than nothing.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived.
Itu kandidatnya. Pengen gue gamparin itu satu
We'll
mukanya.
meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I'll split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview.
Bang,
In the first stage, candidates are required to
Yeah.
submit a manifesto
Yeah.
for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a
Yoi,
manifesto
what's up?
takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation.
Kenapa kalau
of
misalnya ada
agreement.
paket gitu?
Whoever is
Aku jadi
appointed as
takut.
the new Tianshu
Aku
will be
takut, aku
expected
diculik
to
loh.
implement their plan as put forward in the
takut.
manifesto.
Paket doang.
Failing the occurrence of some
Slebel,
cataclysmic
gitu.
event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done.
Bukan culik. Apa? Proposal G, yang mencakup isu domestik asing kendali. Nggak salah. Demikian itu proposal. Tebalnya minta ampun. Jadi kamu coba baca sekilas saja dengan cepat. Rajin mencintai. Tentang isu-isu perdagangan analisa yang digunakan sangat mendalam. Regulasi intensif sama penting ya. Demikian pandangan Kianwei. Menurut dia sendiri egois, bajingan. Mungkin karena aku pernah nonton film thriller gitu ya. Jadi mungkin sedikit tahu cara ngebunuh orang. Ternyata bukan cara ngebunuh sih. Jangan jam sekali orang sih. Kalau cara ngebunuh tuh lu nonton CSI. Gitu sih. Hasil itu orang banyak berarti keadaan sosial seluruh rakyat. Kemudian paling Minggu. Ya. Batman kemen Minggu.
Finished, huh? What did you think?
Everyone took it very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants... That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interviews. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at a time.
Yang itu adalah salah satu tipe-tipe yelan kayak tipe-tipe karakter yang gue suka. Gue tuh selalu suka karakter yang selalu pakai sarung tangan. Gue gak ngerti kenapa setiap karakter kayak yelan, kayak Jin, Dilo sama pakai sarung tangan. Biar apa sebenarnya sarung tangan? Pertanyaan dulu, sebentar dulu ya. Sebentar dulu nih. Kita akan lanjutin game ini sampai pertanyaan saya terjawab. Sebentar dulu. Ya kan, ini kenapa nih karakter kayak Yelan, kayak Jin dan Dilo itu soal pakai sarung tangan, kenapa dulu ya, nggak akan kita lanjutin sampai terjawab. Tar dulu nih, ya kan. Misalnya ada yang ngetok-ngetok, aku buka pintu tiba-tiba ditusuk, gila, psikopat, takut ada yang ngebunuh. Tar dulu nih, ya kan. Kita akan lanjut cerita nih sampai pertanyaan saya terjawab nih. Semua anak kecil di game juga nggak gitu tuh, nggak gitu dong. Kita akan lanjut cerita nih guys sampai pertanyaan saya terjawab dulu nih ya, kenapa orang-orang yang ada di game ini kamu salah tangkap, tanya dingin kali. Kita sedang tidak ada di negeri es. Kenapa dia pakai sarung tangan? Berapa? Itu dia pertanyaannya. Kita kalau pakai sarung, ini tangan nih ya, tangan kering nih ya, kering. Logikanya, umpamanya kita ngasih sarung tangan nih, kayak gini sarung tangan, usah inilah cepet, Mantul. Nah, nih. Nih ya, nih. Tangan kering nih. Pakai sarung tangan nih. Pakai lah. Sarung tangan. Jeder gitu. Nih, pakai sarung tangan. Nah, orang kalau pakai sarung tangan kan tangannya keringetan nih pas dibuka. Orang itu ya di udara panas pakai sarung tangan juga. Biar apa? Itu masalahnya. Pertanyaan gua. Ada orang yang tangannya dingin walaupun cerah. Ini istilah sebenarnya. Ini istilah, hati-hati. Orang bertangan dingin ini istilah. Istilah maksudnya gimana? Orang yang bertangan dingin, ini artinya ya, artinya itu dia suka membunuh orang. Itu orang bertangan dingin, hati-hati. Itu istilah lo. Istilah. Udah gua ngasih tau. Istilah itu ada istilahnya. Orang suka membunuh itu namanya orang bertangan dingin. Hati-hati. Sebetulnya yelan jin di lo kayak suka bunuh orang. Ya kriminal tuh Pak. Kriminal dong. Ini nggak akan jalan nih sampai pertanyaan gue terjawab nih, kan? Ntar dulu nih. Cari dulu lah. Apa kepastian yang sesungguhnya? Kiri semua yang Kuno sih harus tahu ya, nggak tahu nggak jalan nih cerita nih. Sebentar ya, nggak tahu nih cerita nggak jalan nih, bahaya nih ya kan? Tahu dulu lah mana. Kalau tahu cerita jalan nih, bahaya nih soalnya nih ya kan? Cerita nggak jalan bahaya nih. Atau enggak tanya cacat kali. Nggak mungkin seorang. Dan mungkin bila nanti aku sangatlah bersabar. Gini ya. Durasi gini amat Bang. Ya lanjut.
I trust you've read through my manifesto. I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of
Janitor sopan kah begitu?
perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward.
Sungguh sopan.
Although I shouldn't get my...
Itu orang paling sopan di dunia. Tenang aja.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Minggu. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
Is it just Kainan, or is he not very good at public speaking?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hello. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous.
I'm a little bit nervous.
What would you like to
No,
know?
nervous.
You're here to assess me, so ask away, and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Sopan kah begitu? Sopan.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope,
Masa aja sih
but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Bodoh amat. Aku butuh gua teraksi nih. Datangnya gua. Marah aja. Abang paling suka siapa di antara 3 itu? Dan tertiga itu saya lebih suka yelan.
I completely understand where you're coming from.
Lah bener dong. Hanya ada di antara mereka semua ya saya pilih yelan.
Talk to lots of people with far more expertise than myself. And my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, two different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways. And you might reach two very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on.
Siang lamar kerja itu, yelan.
Strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer. All right, next question.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical and...
Dia kerennya, semuanya cerdas, penuh pertimbangan. Dia kayak magnet, betah deh dengerin dia ngomong. Biasa aja.
Here's my take on what we
Lo ya, anjing aja kita.
As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable.
Lo ya dong.
He proposes many
Biasa
excellent
aja.
ideas in his manifesto,
Ngomong, cara ngomongnya hebat.
the big issues. But
Tukang
he is
utang
very
kemana-mana.
proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings.
Sini.
Mingguo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work.
Bayar nggak? Gue jewer nih. Gitu kata.
But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingguo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Bayar gue jewer nih. Gitu.
Summary. Paimon couldn't agree more.
Yelan jago dong.
Last but not least, Yi.
His
His manifesto is full of pertinent details. His methodology is sound, and his proposals cover
no way in
broad
hell
range
this can
of
be my
fields,
pain.
which is quite a rare feat. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Yi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Great.
We'll see.
I love Kahuja.
Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
Yang akan ada orang yang semangat saya. Apa yang saya inginkan? Iya, jadi sedangkan interview, jadi kan pakai terablos. Mana? Nah, gue suruh ke bawah. Pajingin juga gitu. Kamu sih? Bacot kaya kan kaya ya kan, Jin cewek sendiri loh itu kan gengbang. Gue ngomong goblok, aduh ya Allah, macam-macam apa ini. Saya berusaha tidak ngomong kayak gitu katanya. Menampikkan diri, males.
Let me ask this. The ideas in Yi's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list.
Kata bukan kaya.
But I can tell you now. Those three candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Qianwei went on to focus on his business, and Mingguo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of all of them, Yi was with me for the longest duration.
Wow.
Matiin aja.
Qianwei was referred to me by an old
Matiin guys, katanya guys.
Minggu came to my
Matiin aja
attention in
katanya.
the course
Jangan
of my
banget.
work.
Check it out. Let's go
As
guys.
for Jerry,
Aduh.
that was pure happenstance.
Aduh.
We first met while fishing.
Seru ya?
Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started discussing all sorts of topics. Jerry came from a poor family. His parents died when he was very young. But he was a gifted student and a fast learner. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
Ini tidak akan saya ikhlaskan pokoknya.
Quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't you think?
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing. It just means
Gila, gue mentoknya di medium dengan 13 FPS. Lancar ternyata. Nice.
Spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing.
Saya nggak bisa 60. Ya, nggak apa-apa. Penting lo bisa main 13 FPS, Pak. Ini itu. Satu. Enaknya main Genshin di apa itu apa? Bongsong. Bukan sombong. Enaknya main di Genshin di apa itu apa? Satu. Mekanisme lebih enak. Kedua, lu top up lebih gampang. Itu. Enaknya lu bisa main Genshin dari situ. Satu, mekanisme enak. Kedua, lebih gampang top upnya. Oh iya dong. Lu top up lebih gampang. Tinggal pakai voucher Google Play, top up selesai. Kayak gini.
Some time ago,
top up.
Jerry purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman. And we've been fishing recently. Jerry always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. The addition of these makes the soup taste even more wonderful. That flavor makes for a fond memory.
Kamu manggil saya ngefans. Gue banyak ragu-ragu.
Knows how many more chances I have left to taste it again.
Hajar aja, coba itu. Hajar aja. Kalau kita lihat, oh ini bagus gini, oh ini bagus gini.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment.
Gue maksain medium.
Had you not asked me why Jerry's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities.
Tantenya Shinkyu.
You must be thorough.
Kemarin mamanya Chong, sekarang tantenya Shinkyu.
Let's go talk somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian.
Stamina ada 130, nice. Mentoknya 240, Pak, stamina. 130 masih kurang. Mentoknya 240 kalau stamina. Enggak, canda, nggak ada bercanda. Harus serius. Nggak bohong, Fir, bohong.
Easy. Let's not rush.
Tahu nggak, Fir? Abang tadi di akun satunya dapat yelan loh.
Hah?
Dapat yelan loh.
So, are you gonna give them more
Hadu.
tests or something?
Kok hadu?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word
Gatal
of
lagi sekali
advice.
full.
Things
PT
are
60.
not always as they appear. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves.
Sombong, harus.
You have to get
Gua mati.
information through many different channels.
Lu mah gitu nggak ngebaca clue gua bangsat.
When you in,
Budek guanya budek.
Yes.
Robotnya jadi
Yelan,
membukti
what are
fisik.
your orders?
Asik dong.
Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you?
Bangsat.
These
Dia
two
membaca
are
clue gua.
Wenyan and
Ayolah.
Shanghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby.
Tawa
They
lo.
also perform various assignments as required.
Kurang talking.
Shanghua is a business expert who gets his
Sek, sek,
information by
sek, sek,
trading.
sek, sek.
Wenyuan relies on
Kayak
word of mouth.
gergaji tau gak lu?
And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea
Karena
surveillance
ada
for some
ngaplay
time
orang
now.
sama saya, berarti
Is he
sebagai
all
guru
right?
saya gacha.
I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Kali.
Nothing can take that guy down.
Ada yang tahu.
Certainly not a
Lu
little
ganteng ya?
wind and waves.
Yang pakai kacamata.
Shanghua,
Ganteng kan ibu
visit all the
saya.
commerce guilds and look into
Oh iya dong,
Qianwei's
nih.
background.
Ya, foto
Wenyuan,
sim
go to
saya
the
sama
Ministry of
dia.
Civil Affairs and
Tapi
look into
ganteng,
Ningguo's
mana
work files.
gila, mohon maaf ya.
Yes, ma'am.
Mohon maaf. Cuma gini, mohon maaf.
So what about Juri?
Gak punya SIM nih bos.
Juri, well, obviously
So.
is the most promising candidate.
Ini kelasnya di
We will
BKG.
be investigating him ourselves.
Jurus foto
Let's go to
mugshot.
the docks first.
Kasih.
Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
If we're looking for information,
Aduh.
why don't we try talking to Bulai,
Untung
the
Bang Ray.
owner of Wanyu
Saya
Boutique?
dia aja.
He
Bangsat.
does business at
Ya
the
aja lu.
North Wharf. Maybe he has some news for us.
That's
Untuk Bang Ray
actually
saya
not a
be
bad
aja.
idea. Let's go and ask him.
Untuk Bang Ray saya B aja katanya. Sial dia B aja. Aloha. Hey, Jack. Hey. Nah. Apa nih? Pergi ke North Wharf untuk mencari Bolai. Masih di sini. Oh, dekat situ mah. Kira sampai Anemoculus dapat nice. Dapat Anemoculus nice. Ya Kulus juga cari, Pak. Dia apaan? Anda nggak pernah ngomong hey ke saya. Kan lu nggak pernah gue tai-tain juga, Wan.
What's Bulai doing here today?
Tapi sebut Bang Ray, baik hati, pintar, dan pintar. Gue goblokan TK, gue pintar.
Look, your
Pintar tuh
asking
kayak jarum
price for this
boleh.
batch is
Ada
just
tai.
too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit? Come
Masih prolog gini,
here
wah
we
masih
go.
prolog.
I'm telling you,
Serius.
this is the single best batch of
Masih
Sunsets
akun
ever.
quest.
You won't
Story
find
berapa?
anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped
Naikin
one into
level
a
16
well,
ya.
and
Ntar
even
kita
the water turned sweet.
bantuin farming artefak.
Even so,
Yang mau dulu ya.
alright.
Ntar kalau lu
I'll
udah
let you in on a little secret.
Adventure
Awesome
45
Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I
baru
haven't
kita ke
responded.
level 80 berhubungan emas.
You won't take him. I'll just have to partner with them instead. And neither of us wants that.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept
Wan
your
udah belajar,
asking
mau nanti
price.
lu di
I'll
bawah
take all
KKM.
your stock.
Kalau
Don't
nggak tahu,
sell a single one
saya
to
ngomong tuh
Second
bukan.
Life.
Iya dong, iya dong, iya dong.
Oh, what are
Gua
you
KKM bukan
doing
karena
here?
usaha, karena nyontek.
And to be clear, these Sunsetians are mine. I got to them first.
Udah.
Don't get any ideas.
Kamu jelas dulu ya, Susanti ini punyaku, terus aneh-aneh. Ini banyak di tas, sombong banget lu.
Ask you about a guy called
Sentia
Juri.
doang tinggal metik kayak. Blok.
Juri? Yes, he's
Oh,
quite well
isi
known.
sohor katanya.
I've heard a
Sohor
story
itu
about
kalau
him.
orang
They say
puasa
he was born into
jam
poverty.
3 pagi
His
dibangunin
parents
namanya
died when
sohor.
he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the
Bangke
local
nyontek mah dapat
community.
dosa anjir.
One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all
Sekolah
the
sama
time.
saya rasis
But
gitu.
Juri never
Sekolah Anda
retaliated.
rasis bakal.
And when his
Maksudnya
neighbor
pakai
went
laptop.
bankrupt, he even helped support the family. He returned cruelty with
Bebas.
kindness. Injustice with peace
Ujian kayak
offerings.
gitu maksudnya.
A gentleman of talent and character. And
Buang dong.
oh, how did I not notice him sooner? In fact,
Atau
maybe
saya coba
I'm
enggak,
too
enggak.
late. If I could hire him to be the brand ambassador for Wanyo
Kamu denger.
Boutique.
Kamu denger.
Sounds like
Bodo
a
amat,
decent
Wan.
man. We
Ujian
can
satu
finally
komputer
breathe a
enggak.
sigh of relief.
Why are you asking about him anyway?
Karena
You
SD.
aren't looking for a brand ambassador
boutique
too, are you? Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... That's Jury right over there.
It's not
Why don't we
something
go
you
and
play
talk to him?
Where?
Son of a bitch!
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Lena.
Ay, sekolahnya. Minum beli laptop gitu.
Let's
Mau.
follow them and listen in.
Apalagi nyari ke Google. Itu
Try
teman
not
saya.
to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I'll just go and fetch an employment
Kalau ada Noel
contract.
nggak bakal
And
bisa
hey,
gua ambil.
don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
Ya memang ada bintang 4 selain Noel lah. Chongyun, Razer, Nima.
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
Chongyun, Razer.
So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well.
Ngeselin banget sekolahnya. Gua kalau lu bilang tai sekolahnya, nanti sekolahnya bakal ada tai kucing, cuma belok, cicing dan lain-lain. Apalagi ada tikus mati di sekolah lu. Pak, ini Pak. Anak muridmu nih Pak. Tai-taiin sekolah nih Pak.
The truth is, an old friend of mine who likes to have a drink now and then. He fancies himself as a
Gua
man
nih,
of culture,
aduh.
but doesn't care for
Maaf
needless
ya.
extravagance.
Saya Raja Stealth.
I thought I
Saya
might
Magic
buy
River
him a
Raja
set of
Stealth.
high-quality fakes.
How
Dia
very
sebelah
thoughtful
lu
of you.
lagi one gitu.
Leave it to me then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Bacot Anda. Lihat tuh, ngapain tuh orang?
Thank you very much,
Naik
Miss
dong,
Lena.
naik dong.
It's my pleasure, Mr.
Nggak
Jerry.
jelas lu
These
itu.
days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see.
Joget,
I'll
Mbak.
be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
Oh. Mana tutorial cara dapat laptop gratis? Apa Bang?
Jerry seems
Caranya
to get along really well with everyone.
terus ditembak gede.
Are you
Tidak ada
satisfied
satunya
now,
juga tidak dapat
Yelan?
game ini.
Seems like everyone thinks Jerry's a great guy.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we have to?
78. Bang, oi.
Wait, you're not just trying to dig up some dirt on Jerry because
Widih,
you want to be
gitu.
Tianchu yourself, are you?
Laptop saya ya.
Maybe
Dipindahin
I
posisinya
am.
aja langsung mati.
Maybe
Terus
I'm
gak connect
not.
wifi lagi.
But hey, if I do become Tianshu, I'll
Dia
look out for
mau
you guys.
pawangnya.
You'll be
Mau
able to try all the
pawangnya.
finest food for free. How does
Ketemu
that
pawangnya
sound?
nangis. Nangis dia ketemu pawangnya.
Off to the
Siapa
south
gua?
wharf we go.
Yours truly. Nangis dia. Masa? Gila. Kalau sampai nggak bisa bedain viewer sama saksi mata, gue tampol deh. Kalau nangis bayar. Bayar. Gue bayar pakai E aja. Sebenernya nanti gue punya PC kambing. Rendah default. Nah, medium sama kayak Jack. Medium. Blur, semua ngeblur. Gua duluan ya, bye-bye nggak ada. Ada out. Yang bikin Sini TV mainnya, silakan. Bikin Sini TV boleh kok, saya nggak ngelarang. Nggak boleh. Tunggu sampai saya selesai 2 jam baru boleh. Berarti jam sampai jam 12-an. Yang artinya Della cabela. Di tikus tadi. Tikus tanah. Nanti aliasingnya gua gak onin. Oh. Nanti aliasingnya gak lo onin. Kira lo onin. Orang-orang boleh, saya nggak boleh rasisme tertinggi, tai bangke. Nggak boleh ya kan. Nggak boleh. adalah sebuah ke Bang Stadut. Nggak jadi kecebur air. Jadi udah babai nggak boleh. Tikus nih, gue bilang. Biasanya Bang Re mau pistol buat matiin tikus. Belum di reload. Gue set custom sih. Oh, ini set custom.
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers. Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
Yang bawah tuh nggak gue on. Hah? Yang bawah mana? Goblok mana tuh jam. FPS 30 son. Fishing on. Ini ya, efek kabut ya, matiin ya. Motion blur. Udah. Bang, gua dulu ya disuruh mati dulu ya, silakan. Throttle filternya 1. Motion blur matiin aja bang, motion blur matiin, oke. Motion blur matiin, off. Novira boleh, saya tidak bangsat. Dia perempuan, Anda laki. Efek kabut matiin, oke. Efek kabut matiin. Efek kabut udah gue matiin. Motion blur rendah. Crowd low, ha? Crowd. Pertan orang low, oke. Tai katanya. Bangsat bangke kurang ajar. Nah, siap dulu. Tentang laki saya gak bisa tidur gitu. Bukan, karena Anda bagian dari RuPaul's Drag Race. Makanya saya nunduk tidur. Halo, Bang Kazu, apa kabar bang? Baru di sini sih. Kalau Netflix saya udah nggak langganan, udah habis. Tai Anda, sana aja, mana? Belum, berarti gue off one. Bang Stadut, kok Bang Stadut? Saya kan tidak Bang Stadut. Saya buat Anda kurang beruntung saja. Hanya itu sore dakeda.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of We've heard about this young man called Juri who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you...
Yelan made up a whole fake identity. Without batting an
Ah, yes, Juri. He's been making quite a name for
Bisa
himself
capek
recently.
dia.
I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. He worked several jobs alongside his studies to make ends meet. How does that say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, if there's anything to that logic, he's sure to be phenomenally successful one day.
I think so too.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be a disappointment.
Pokoknya saya harus dapat harta warisan dari orang tua saya. Gue tampar botak.
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf himself when he catches too many on occasion. His catches are always mediocre, not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so...
Good question.
Why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
Sure thing.
Good question.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
fuck you katanya. Udah bye-bye, tai Anda, nggak boleh bye-bye. Sampai saya 2 jam.
You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she switched identity again.
Society for Fish Price Research? I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my business.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct a simple survey.
Nggak peduli
We've
nih
heard
makan
about a
nih.
certain E who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
Aku dulu ya bang,
So this
semangat lagi. Thank you
isn't
Kazu
about me.
Senpai.
You
Bang
should have
Kazu,
said
thank you.
something, you know. I know the guy.
Thank you, Bang
I can
Kazu.
tell you what I know. I haven't heard anything about him selling
Tai
fresh
lalat
fish at low
katanya.
prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Dia sampai off channelnya saya report.
Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped
Mana
around his
Dendro,
head.
mana Dro?
And he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business. Don't
aja pas
tell
kita
him.
ketemu bang.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame.
Baik, nggak boleh.
But nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him. That's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Double.
Not a problem.
10 kilo, 10
And
kilo.
just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. Okay, let's keep going.
Ding, ding. Aduh, bentar. Kita taruh ini dulu. Paman Gao. Gao, gila, Gao Ranger.
Hey, it's you guys. Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, honored to meet you. What brings you to me?
The
Wah,
truth
enak dapet
is,
Diluk.
we are but
Diluk mah gampang,
newcomers
Pak.
to this territory.
Gampang.
We heard tell of
Lo
a great
gacha
martial
di
artist,
banner
Master
hero,
Dukung, who knows
di banner
everything
standar
there is
banner
to
juga
know.
bisa dapet.
Hence,
Diluk
we
mah.
sought you out
Diluk,
to ask
Jin
for your
bisa dapet.
guidance.
Enak. Yang gak enak itu Fenty.
People said I know
Fenty.
everything there is to know.
Itu
But of
cuma khusus
course,
banner yang
we
ada ini
also
doang.
heard that Master Dukung
Jadi
is a
banner
kind
yang
and
off the
virtuous
record
swordsman who
itu yang
never
bisa lo dapet
turns
itu
away anyone who
Mona,
comes with questions.
Keking, Kiki, Diluk, Jin.
So what do you
5
wish to
lumayan
know?
enak.
Nothing happens
Tergantung
on
kilo
this
sih.
street that I
Jin
don't know
itu.
about.
Bisa Pak, lu bisa dapet.
No, she's lying to a kid.
Belum kali. Belum rezeki lo
So,
pasti.
Master
Kalau udah
Dukung,
rezeki juga dapet.
have you heard of one by the name of
Mata lu.
E?
Gue udah gacha 2 kali baru dapet Noel
You
katanya.
mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about these days?
Masa sih?
I've heard
Emang yang
many
pertama udah
tales of
berapaan?
jury. For example, I can't remember. Probably because it's nothing that important. I prefer stories about sword-fighting heroes.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups started talking about Jur-E?
Oh yeah, I know that. It was about 2 or 3 months ago. Before that, people always used to talk about jury in a kind of nasty
Kalau
tone.
Kujusara baru. Kalau
But 2 or
Kujusara
3 months ago, suddenly everyone started to like him. Sometimes he gives me candies. So I'm glad that people are starting to
Bukannya
like
harusnya
him
ada
now.
itu ya, banner khusus Noel sendiri ya? Ada kan harusnya?
What do you
Banner,
mean?
jadi bannernya tuh harusnya ada 3.
I mean,
Banner khusus
just as I
Noel,
thought,
banner
Master Dugu is
yelan sama
indeed
banner
as
Singyu.
kind and
Singyu,
virtuous as the
Xiao.
legends claim.
Xiao, terus habis itu
I'm
terus
not
kita
that
banner
great.
ini banner apa?
Oh, yeah.
Banner standar.
One other thing.
Harusnya ada bannernya si
These
itu si
days,
siapa?
there's a lot of people I've
Si
never seen
Robin.
before talking about jury
Itu
stories
si
in the
Noel.
street.
Dia dapat
They
bonus.
seem like nice people.
Kalau dulu gua
Oh,
bikin akun
definitely.
kedua itu masih ada bonus,
Great.
bonus
So
Noel.
next time I see them, I'll say hi. And
Jadi Noel itu
I
dia ada
guess
bonus.
I can share some of
Bonus
my
maksudnya
candies
gimana?
with them too.
Bonus potongan ini,
Certainly. You can
potongan
also tell
harga.
my friend in Yenshang Tea
Maksudnya
House
gini,
about what they're up to.
dia gacha pakai
I'm sure
standar,
my
kalau nggak
friend
salah
would
pakai
also like
standar
to say hi
standar
to
ini,
them.
yang
Thank
standar
you, ma'am.
yang biru.
You're welcome.
Itu cuma 8,
Well then,
yang lain 10 dia
fare
cuma
thee
8.
well, Master
Dan itu
Dugu.
batasnya cuma
Until
2 kali
we
gacha,
meet
3 kali
again.
gacha gitu. Itu bisa dapat bintang 5 juga bisa.
Any of that
Di situ.
sound strange to you?
Strange? What was strange about it? Juyu seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gas spoke highly of him.
Yang
And
Edved itu,
Jugu
iya,
too
yang
seems to like
yang bannernya tuh gambar Noel sendiri.
True.
Lo emang bakal dapat Noel lagi, pasti.
Where did
Tapi lo
his
juga bisa
sudden
pasti dapat
celebrity come from?
pasti dapat bintang
Almost
5 di
seems
situ
too
juga
good
bisa.
to be true.
Gitu.
Sudden? Too good to be
Enaknya
true?
apa? Persyaratannya dikurangin.
What do you mean?
Jadi harusnya 10 jadi
So
8.
he returns
Enak.
cruelty with kindness.
Dan
and
itu
had to
limited
work
kalau
to
nggak salah.
support his studies.
Gue baru gacha itu
These are the
dapat
kinds
Noel.
of things that
Dapat
make
Noel.
someone well known in their hometown.
Tapi lo
It
gacha
seems
kuju
like
sarangan
he
di
has
situ kan,
friends who
maksudnya
travel
dapat
far and
dapat
wide
kuju
to
sarangan di
back
situ
him
kan.
wherever they go.
Kalau dapat kuju
That's a
saran di
little
situ,
over the top, if you
kayaknya
ask me.
hilang deh bannernya.
Do you
Iya, kalau nggak salah
remember
2
what
kali atau 3
Dugu
kali
said
gacha gitu.
about Jury's
Banner Noelnya langsung
stories?
hilang.
Clearly
Nggak
he
ada
left
lagi.
him with a good impression of the guy.
Setahu gue lo ya.
But beyond that,
Kalau gue
he
masih inget,
wasn't interested
kalau
in
gue
the
nggak salah.
details. That's the reaction
Woi.
I would expect from any normal person. Plus, there's the
TS.
fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2
Bener,
or
akhir
3
tahun.
months. His childhood, his studies,
Bener,
the thing with his
akhir
neighbor.
tahun udah
None of these are
udah kayak
recent
ngitungin
events.
jumlah
So
napinya
why are these
koruptor.
stories only going around now?
When you put it like that, it is kinda strange.
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I
Ya
didn't look
Allah.
into it any further. Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem
Lu,
is,
lu ngerti nggak,
do
Jack?
you remember what
Cara
Uncle
makan Noel.
Gao said about him? He stayed poor his
Kalau
whole
ngerti gue
life.
ngasih tahu.
Everything right, and that changes everything. It can mean a
Lu
powerful
ngerti nggak, Jack?
faction
Cara
is
makan
trying to
Noel.
gain
Kalau
influence
ngerti
over the
gue kasih tahu.
Liu. That's the worst case scenario.
Orang-orang kan banyak
Though
yang
too
bilang,
often,
ah,
the most
Noel
pessimistic
gembel, dia
speculation
ngeluarin
turns out to
shieldnya
be
doang. Nah,
closest to
shieldnya
the
itu yang
truth.
berguna justru. Shieldnya itu
Someone's
adalah
trying to
kunci
gain
justru.
influence over the
Kalau lo
chi
tahu
ship?
shieldnya itu kunci lo.
That sounds
Kunci lo.
serious. What should we do? Even if we ask Jury about it, surely there's no way he'd admit it.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Don't worry, I've got a plan.
Jadi lo bisa nge-heal pakai Noel sebenarnya. Coba.
Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the
Bris,
assessment?
dia nge-heal tuh dari
Since
bris
the
plate-nya dia.
successful candidate is
Bisa
duty
nge-heal.
bound to implement their plan after taking office. Their manifesto tells us their stance on key issues. Whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. So, we should be able to find some hints in Jur-E's manifesto on who we're dealing with. Come on, let's get back to Yenshang Tea House.
Makan Noel sebenarnya simple bro. Gini, Noel bagus. Nih. Gue udah dapet semua ini talenta. Gue gacha dapet dia lagi gitu nih. Efek pemulihan, agak Black C1-nya. Masa gue gak copyright video blacklist gue yang udah lu react itu karena gue butuh saksi mata. I know, that's okay. Nah itu si Noel tuh bisa nambah darah. Pencet skillnya, terus lu ajar pakai itu, pakai basic attack. Lu nambah darah sambil nge-shield. Itu situ. Dekat itu. Apa kata lu? Belumnya dimatiin ya? Belum matiin ya? Nah ini, udah ada yang bilang gua nggak ada PC gitu. Lo kasih lihat, kalau bilang bajakan kalau beli, gak bisa beli game yang ada. Bego di lantai 2 ya. Si bener gue gitu.
Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details
Orang
that
gue
don't
aja
add up?
tahu
Be
salah
like
satunya
trying
tuh
to find a
The
needle
Dream
in a
Craft.
haystack. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, we'll put our heads together. Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Yikes! We better hurry!
Whatever else Uncle Tien might think of Jur-E, the
Terus yang
fact
aduh,
remains
dia
that
pernah
he's
masuk
one of his
berita.
favorite students.
Siapa?
Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious. We'll have to look carefully
Sumpah,
and think
kamarnya
critically.
poster anime banyak bet. Siapa? The Dreamcraft. Oh. Berita mana anjir?
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to get through. Well, we gotta start somewhere.
Karena berbagai faktor badai di lautan menjadi semakin ganas dalam beberapa tahun. Aku menyarankan pembentukan tim patroli khusus untuk mengurus busur laut armada terdiri dari washtag berbagai terkait hal garis pantai, oke? Banyak cerita rakyat Liyue membicarakan tentang Rex Lapis yang meninggalkan harta tak ternilai di pegunungan Liyue. One Piece. Untuk TV 2018 lalu, gila keren. Tapi karena kegiatan pertambangan di Chasm menemui hambatan, banyak proyek yang terpaksa dibatalkan. Para pekerja Blackcliff Forge sudah lama menganggur di area Golden House. Jika ada proyek baru yang sesuai, para pekerja di sana harus diprioritaskan. Membahas tentang pertambangan, konstruksi terowongan, penjelajahan reruntuhan. Dataran yang berbahaya sekitar Wagwang Stone Forest dan Chingking Peak menghambat jalur transportasi. Puncak pegunungan di sana hanya dihubungkan dengan jembatan tali yang rapuh, sangat berbahaya dan tidak bisa digunakan untuk jalur transportasi barang. Temannya anak SMK menghasilkan berpundi-pundi rupiah di YouTube, keren. Area itu kaya akan tanaman obat dan biji mineral. Membangun jalan di sana akan bermanfaat bagi semua kalangan. Membahas tentang cara pembangunan jalan dan jembatan.
Oh, this reading is giving Paimon a headache.
Lu beri korannya lo katanya.
Let's take a break.
Cuma dia yang diinterview, tapi captionnya juga ikut.
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers, Shanghua! If you're back, that means you finished investigating Tianwei, right?
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your findings.
Yes, Lady Yelan.
Ini headline-nya
To
gitu.
summarize my findings, most people who had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
21 juta dari unggahan Minecraft.
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his name?
In theory, that should be very difficult.
Males gue kalau Minecraft.
Here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Qianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make mora, but instead...
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I'm back! Huh? How come you're
Terus
here?
poster anime semuanya cewek
Why
semua.
do you think?
Keren.
Obviously,
Udah wibu
because
poster
I
anime
possess
action
superior
figure dan anime
skills
saya
and
belum
am always
dikoleksi.
one step ahead of the
Gue juga koleksi
competition.
action figure sih.
Well, when
Salah
you're
satunya
in
ada
competition,
Mega Man,
at least.
bukan Mega Man, Stockman Action, Batman,
Whatever.
terus
I'm not
Kingdom
getting
Hearts
into an
sama
argument with
Kirito.
you. If I
Sama
hadn't
lagi
had
Kamar
something
Device.
else to take care of on the
Ntar
way,
gue beli
I
Kamar
would have been
Device.
back long before you. Lady Yelan, I have finished investigating Minggu.
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Minggu struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers. But after a few days of getting to know him, you
Itu
can
baru
pretty
wibu.
much have a
Temennya kayak
normal
gitu,
conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Minggu at all exaggerated?
I don't believe so. Minggu is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today. According to Miss Yu, the ministry often gets Minggu to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Minggu gave them the scolding of a lifetime. Apparently, he can be terrifying when he loses his temper. I haven't seen it for myself, though.
Whoa.
Jangan kayak gitu dibilang wibu, gembel betul.
Like I said before, things are not always as they appear.
Ah, so that's what you meant by that. I'm starting to get it now.
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
We still have a bit left.
I can't see any immediate problems looking at the individual entries. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Cheongshu Pool redevelopment plan. Cheongshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets buried deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is treasure buried beneath Cheongshu Pool. A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely
impenetrable.
The only way they could have gotten through the solid
Aku juga
rock
di
was
ini
by
dong,
blowing it
katain
open
dong
with
dia
a
harus.
special kind of
Nggak
explosive.
sih? Gue tahu
The
grafis itu
technology
kayak
wasn't mature enough
gimana
at that
gitu.
time, so the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plans. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure. The treasure hoarders, the Fatui, even local Liyue factions. Did you find anything?
Excavation, project, treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the manifest? Oh yeah! Juri said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable projects come up.
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So Juri wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Qingshu Pool.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Juri's secret supporter?
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They aren't involved with any powerful factions at present. They do possess some specialized explosives, but it would seem more trouble than it's worth to put so many resources into a risky project like this. Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead. We may well find something new.
Shenwei and Minggu both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. What about Juri? Is there another side to him too?
I would be okay. Waiting for the promises. Ada lu. Ini harta karunnya ada lu. Gua ngasal lu. Wah, sudahlah.
I don't need an umbrella, but you can use one if you need.
You can use one if you need.
This is the Blackcliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
Aha!
What's this? A diary?
From the back, it looks like a ledger, but it seems they also use it as a site log. We don't know who wrote it, but it's interesting, don't you think? These newcomers, who could have sent them?
You think they're suspicious?
Yes. Look, it says right there, one of them's already been promoted to team leader. At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any treasure they find underground. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time
remake dah di-announce sama Capcom. Bagus ya, Pak. Katanya sih bagus. Dan 17 plus.
No red flags if all they did was change some key
stuff.
stuff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually,
enak ya?
they'd have had more than enough time by then to come up with fake identities.
Gua main RE2 remake belum.
That's the advantage of
Gua
playing.
main RE2 remake belum. RE2 remake, RE3 remake
It
gua
was a
belum main.
clever move.
Udah keluar RE4
When you
remake.
put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure. So, who's really behind all this?
Gue yakin lagi bakalan pasti lah.
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's
Kill
start
of
with that
things.
worker over there for now.
Tubers gitu terus. Main di sini gue mustahil.
Excuse us. We want to ask you about the newcomers.
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let us join them. I guess they just need some time to adjust. I'm sure we'll get to know each other over time.
they go out drinking.
Lu kalau ngeliat gue
This
main
area
L2
isn't
remake,
exactly
kesel lu.
renowned for the nightlife.
Kesel
I'm
lu.
guessing it's a long
Pasti
trip
kesel.
to the nearest tavern.
Apa gue rip M?
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink at Wanmin Restaurant. It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rain stopped, they went out drinking again right away. Hey, you're only young once, right? I say, if they can hack it, let them at it.
Interesting. Let's go talk somewhere else.
Platinum, gila. Platinum. Moga platinum
Looks
ya.
like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers
Ini
are
cara
very
mainnya tuh
suspicious.
bikin merinding malah buat ketawa.
Drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh?
Orang hebat yang bisa kayak gitu.
Some cover story. I'll wager they've been going to intelligence updates. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them and try our luck.
Bahkan intronya aja katanya Resident Evil 2 remake. Resident Evil 2 remake katanya. Ipul, Saiful Jamal kali. Gila Saiful Jamal. Lu gak boleh masuk TV kan kalau salah. Kalau nggak salah ya. Gue denger mau masuk TV. Astaga Resident Evil dong. Mending teman gua tuh bikinnya tuh dulu Upil dan Ipil.
These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Kalau mau tahu caranya namanya koala po. Oh, koala po. Nice.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
Sini, ngapain orang sini? Koala po.
The footprints stop here. But, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that abandoned house.
Rumah rongsokan ini. What's that? Mr. X dia panggil. Wah, Tanyo.
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working for. But all the evidence has been destroyed. Look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before we arrived.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind could have blown the fire out before everything was finished burning.
The odds of that are very slim. It's practically impossible. I've checked. All the paper's been burned. There's only ash left now.
Why don't we wait for them back at the Black Cliff Forge? They've got to go back there sooner or later.
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point, but it's mysteriously abandoned now. To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else to throw our investigation off course.
Darn! Guess this is where our trail runs cold.
Make no mistake, the purpose of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. We just need to figure out who's behind Jur-E. I smelled something peculiar the moment I came in. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions produce different odors when they're burned.
Really?
Tahu mana?
I don't smell anything. Do you smell anything?
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice as far as the eye can see.
Bentar. Makan minum guys, bentar. Aduh. Makan mie enak guys. Itu bergaib, halo. Gua dulu ya. Mau turun siap-siap.
Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink as a way of injecting a little romance into their writing. When that fragrant ink is burned, this is the exact odor that it leaves behind. Exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the wind, so it's nothing we can arrest anyone with. But it's all I need. Now I know who we're dealing with. I can plan our next move.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Who are you?
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's colleague. I sent him to look into Zhiyi's regular contacts. Since Zhiyi likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors, so he took a boat out to sea to ask around. I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup. So, what did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I've come up empty-handed. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Zhiyi before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. Fortunately, someone managed to drag me out. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could. Didn't even stop to change my clothes.
Well, Uncle Tien said that Zhiyi once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen. Did you hear anything about that at all?
Gue pengen banget klip lu
What?
di momen ngebaca nih.
That's news to me.
Tapi lu kebanyakan diem.
No, that's
Caranya
not
di game lain
possible.
nggak apa-apa.
It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out there, and none of them mentioned anything about a recipe.
Interesting. Then I wonder how that even more wonderful fish soup came about.
Fish soup? What fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is to find a way to get our hands on some solid evidence. Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea.
Oh, bahasa
What do
aja
you
kan.
think?
Kalau ngebuntutin nggak
Honestly, I've
kelar-kelar.
already tried following Zhiyi, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets with anyone
Pas banget sih
suspicious.
kamarnya. Kotor, pantes.
Okay, so tailing's out.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Especially when he thinks he's about to win. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yohai Pavilion. Take a guess what you think he'll do next. Be sure to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show.
Oke. Tunggu sampai jam 9 sampai jam 11. 9 pagi ya guys ya. Hari berikutnya dodol lipet.
I still have a lot to do with the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it...
Mana yang heboh ini? Aha, masuk ke kata mewah. Aku jauh, engkau jauh. Gue pengen jadi YouTuber gaming bang, tapi cuma modal HP nggak apa-apa. Main aja game yang di HP, banyak game yang di HP. PUBG bisa, Mobile Legends bisa, AoV bisa, Free Fire bisa, Crossfire bisa, apapun jenisnya gitu, nggak apa-apa. YouTuber aja.
It looks like we're all here. Well then, time for me to announce the results of the assessment process. I won't drone on about the importance of the Tianshu role. Suffice to say that Uncle Tian entrusted me with the monumentally important task of assessing the candidates. And now, it falls to me to give him a satisfactory answer.
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush, just get on with it.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas, but some of his plans are lacking in detail, and he easily gets into testy exchanges with other people. Mingguo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough, and because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Zhi is evenly balanced across the board, and enjoys an excellent reputation in Liyue. After much consideration, I have decided to recommend Zhi to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become keenly aware of your great talents. Would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future and taking on some of my workload?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood. This is the last thing I want to be thinking about right now.
I don't mind, as long as I can help.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Zhi, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're informed of your official appointment. I hope you will work hard and make Uncle Tian proud.
I will live up to the Tianshu name. On this, you have my word. I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebratory meal is in order. Would anyone like to join me?
Count me out. I'm not in the mood for a celebration.
Zhi seems pretty relaxed now. This would be a good time to follow him.
Hey, traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't? If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also wouldn't mind no...
Oh no, if we get...
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid of...
Lady Yelan, Zhi has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quickly.
So Zhi really sided with the Fatui? But Uncle Tian thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
I died. Everybody loves chicken. Even Luffy.
Difficult to say, but everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Feiyun Slope. What is itu? Dekat dong berarti Feiyun Slope. Kenapa nyangkut, cablak? Wah, main YouTuber gaming, tahu mau HP, cari game yang bisa tamat. Cari game yang bisa tamat. Yang tamatnya cepat kayak Mega Man. Gitu-gitu sih.
He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without being seen.
How the heck did he manage to shake Yelan's subordinates? I guess Jiri didn't let his guard down. Still as vigilant.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he...
But how?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tian himself. Evading detection is not an unusual skill for him to have. If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tian, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Shinyue kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were watching outside the whole time. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get close enough to check without blowing our cover. I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. So I stopped Upe, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Shinyue kiosk.
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around, we'll find a way to catch him eventually. Let's go to Shinyue kiosk.
Ini kita ngintilin dia. You fool! You've got this fucking ass recipe and you didn't tell me! Full moon egg. Wah, unik bener banget.
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask him about it?
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have to question him?
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little bit strange?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy while he was here?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. Not something the average customer would order. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware. I see. Let's go.
Where to?
Shigu Antiques.
Hah? Sige ya sih. Wait. Yang orang kemana? Tadi yang orang sini. La 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 la. I speak in the very better thinking chicken. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mana dia? Situ. Sigi Antiques.
Freeze!
Mana si Antiques? Mana Tix? Gigantic, guys.
Hey, Miss Linlong. Sorry to bother you. Zhi ordered a wanware set from you not long ago, right? We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Zhi's choice. Would you be able to show us the one he bought?
Zhi picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has the look and feel of a luxury item. Just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr. Zhi has taken one, I'm afraid it may encourage the price to go up a little.
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on one thing. Did Zhi's wineware set include wine glasses, or...?
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass, maximum is 4. Mr. Zhi bought 2.
Okay. Thanks, Linlong. Seems there's a little more to buying wineware than I first thought. We'll have to mull it over.
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any day now. All right, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being seen.
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility. What's your excuse?
Fair point.
Yelan, so has the plan failed? Oh, if we can't figure out where Zhi went, there's not much we can do. But why was he buying liquor at Shinui Kiosk anyway? To celebrate?
If so, it's no ordinary celebration.
What do you mean?
First of all, Zhi isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because of what it did to his father. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol, let alone buy a pair of special wine glasses. No, this is a victory feast, held in honor of Zhi's private sponsor. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status, hence the need for expensive-looking wineware. Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
Have both locations surrounded. Take as many people as you need.
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move? If so, you can count me in.
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Zhi may be vigilant, but that doesn't mean the same is true for his drinking buddy. In which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're following.
Great idea! So we just need to find out who Zhi bought that liquor for and follow them instead!
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major diplomatic incident.
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Zhi is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk ourselves. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else Zhi might be going. I want eyes on those locations.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Zhi may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close watch on the movements of all Fatui officials.
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. You should go and get ready. Then meet me at Yenshang Tea House.
Lama bener. Misi begini dong, langsung aja lah. Gua sama Jack Ripple nih raja stealth lu. Masa nantangin gua, cuma jatuh lagi, pakai jatuh lagi lu. Udah lah.
Perfect timing. Wen Yuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone. He's heading in the direction of Qingshu Pool.
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Jerry mentioned in his manifesto.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice, I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there. It's one place they won't need to worry about being seen.
Oh no, we gotta go get them!
Let's go. If my hunch is correct, we just might hit the jackpot this time.
You piece of shit, shut up, would you? Oke. Mana Singkyu Pool? Oh, situ. Dekat. Dekat Singkyu Pool, dekat. Dekat Singkyu Pool, guys. Dekat itu. Nggak jauh. Tidak jauh. Jauh. Dari Action nggak nyamber, kurang ajar.
This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense.
Bang, sekarang gue lagi upload gaming gue, Bang. Oh, nice. Betul, game apa?
I've looked into the place before. There's a workers' entrance somewhere around here. Follow me.
Reaction dong, Bang. Oke, ntar deh. Kalau game udah upload ya, kita reaction.
There's been some work done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside. I can't guarantee we'll be safe once we're underground. The workers left an emergency access route. If we can find it, this will be a much easier journey. Still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any resistance needs to be taken out quickly and quietly. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Don't worry, we're all professionals here. By the way, Yelan, where are your three little helpers at?
They have other things to take care of first. We couldn't afford to wait for them, but they'll join us later.
Ya, suruh mana? Udah heck not. Lo mau gue pakai geo, gue kasih nih. Pakai geo nih. Nih, gue kasih macam-macam ya. Macam-macam. Sini pakai geo, ya kan? Sini pakai geo, ya kan? Sini bos, pakai geo, 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 bulus. Kurusu.
Quietly now.
Hup.
Gotcha. Really? Game's up. Time's over. As I expected, but this shouldn't be too much trouble.
Yes, moderate advice. Okay. Yes. Shoe puff.
You guys see that? That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador here to meet Ji. Looks like he went through that door. That must be the emergency access route, right? Come on, let's hurry.
Where the fucking emergency route is? Abi pakar fikir mas aceng temen aceng lihat aceng udah di merah-merah melingkar di tubuhnya apa nih? Oh, I see what that is going. God damn, harus gitu buat. Kita begitu pun sih. Hey bitch, it's me.
Quietly now. Gotcha. Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Jadi gua dua lumayan guys. Lights. That's where the exit is.
The water's gone down. Hey, look! Is that another way through?
Ah! Hampir aku mati sana. There they are. Let's do this. Let's get them. Continue. Sup, dude? Bitch. Makan tuh sama gua. Macem. Udahkan. 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 Hop.
Gotcha.
Nah. Yo. Jalan lagi. Yo. Go.
Here comes the cash.
Here's the pain. Smack down. Some more. Favorite sword. Oh. Lain. Oh no. Lain. This is
Take it easy.
Nice. I'll be packed up. We can be rajin. Aceng. Oh, aceng udah aceng. Kemudian aceng. Nobody else is Indonesia. Wah, mau naik dodol. Naik dodol. Tas lepet nanti. No. It's not good. Yes.
The water's flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues.
Okay. Yeah.
The door is open. Let's go.
Udah easy, itu doang puzzle-nya.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, okay. It's me.
Come to the beat. Witness my great undertaking.
No escape.
Busted. Take it easy. Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Take it easy.
What? Jauh banget, gila. Ke sini-sini.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. Come on, bottoms up. After you, of course.
Oh, sorry, that went down the wrong way.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends with us, you have to drink with us.
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup. Come on, another round. Less talking, more drinking.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was so scared of getting caught.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning people.
So you're behind all
I mean,
this.
the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison, and came up with the idea of delivering it through fish soup. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier as a result. How did you think of that?
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to fool Uncle Tien.
You have performed excellently. Aside from Qingshu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which...
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will perform them diligently.
Did you hear that? It was poison! That's why Uncle Tien hasn't been feeling well recently. What a nasty guy! Seize him!
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to capture it for...
Excellent liquor. We've, seen no progress on the diplomatic front, but soon, everything will be taken care of, and I can report back on a successful mission. Thank you, Juri. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey, do you still remember what I said to you?
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu. The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think you were absolute...
Yes. Under normal circumstances, the gap between you and other people could only ever grow wider over time. Just look at your two competitors. Qianwei had wealth. Mingboa had reputation. But you had nothing. You were just another nobody. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes. I cannot thank you enough for your generous support.
You know, the best thing about you is that you do as you're told without complaining. Hey, keep up the good work, and I can assure you, you'll never have to worry about Mora again. Heck, when you're not in the company of the Fatui, you'll be able to throw your weight around as much as you want.
Uncle Gao said that Juri has low self-esteem. Seems he was right.
He was
worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish over time. Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale should be coming up any minute now. How well this goes for us depends on how Juri plays his hand.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm gonna...
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Whoa, this is the good stuff. Huh? Juri, you...
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusuppa.
How could you?
How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. And in the end, I even had to poison my own teacher. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet?
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand?
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the 3 undercover agents you sent to infiltrate the Black Cliff Forge. I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives, the ruins will collapse, and everything will be buried.
What do you hope?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. But things didn't quite go to plan. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be only too happy to blame it all on a rogue operation by you. It explains why you acted alone, while exonerating the rest of the embassy of any liability. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan immediately.
Jerry, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? The Fatui has a record of everything. That includes the poison, all interactions between us, even my trip here tonight. After I die, they'll come looking, and they'll get to the bottom of this.
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second-in-command, Theophan?
What? How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing me with the poison I used on you today. He'll help me tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
That traitor! Jerry, you...
Shh, 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 shh. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
Bitch, I'm here. I'm gonna kick your ass. Surprised to see me bringing the backups? Get you arrested. Well. Bunch of freaking ass loser.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, save yourself the effort. The game's up. We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely.
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you... I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it pleases you, Miss Yelan, I'd be only too happy to have you join me in investigating this matter.
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same as in Uncle Tien's. Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there then.
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. I should have been more careful. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight, I forgot. Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name, and that much I can still guarantee.
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests.
In fact,
all of you here tonight can expect very generous treatment in the future. I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my lowly origins, what other choice did I have?
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think? Exactly. Jur-E, clever people can always come up with a good excuse. But while you might be able to get other people to believe you, you'll never be able to deceive yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tian ever looked down on you? He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with, you threw it away in that moment.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you, not for 1 second.
That's enough!
Oh, it's not enough. Till I kick your fucking ass.
It's like fishing.
Bitch.
Cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience.
Ang paling gue benci. Cutscenes.
I was just
motherfucking cutscenes.
To prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient. Believe in yourself. And don't look outside yourself to prove your value.
Tolong gue gatal anjir.
Where's Jerry? It's been a long time.
Oh, pirate, yes, they all I sold I to the merchant ship.
Maybe he's
Minutes after they took I
Well, next time.
from a bottomless pit, but my hands were made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We follow in this generation.
Time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Yelan tuh masih bahaya sebenarnya. Dia langsung ngaku gitu.
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet at Genshin Tea House tomorrow morning. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then, there's someone I have to go and see.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave this
matiin.
one to the... Don't worry, as long as they're willing to get some rest.
Si tomorrow nggak ada. There'll be no tomorrow for your ass. Apa ya? Ini susah. Tik boom. Ah. 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 Tik tik boom. Ah. Tik tik boom. Ah. Tik tik boom. Ah. Tunggu sampai hari berikutnya. 10-8.
Going out into the world and investigating, turning the unknown into the known.
I miss this feeling, ya kan? Feeling. Wait a second. Situ ba? Lego. Oh.
There is now no poison left in his system.
Dr. Baiju, is my father going to be...
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day, and a full recovery will take at most 2 to 3 years.
Gila!
It's good we call
Buat semua total 2-3 tahun.
A few days later,
Racun apaan yang
would have
dipakai?
built up in the internal organs. At that point, things would have been much more serious.
How did they successfully secure such a seldom-seen poison? It seems the Fatui are extremely resourceful. Unfortunately for...
Uncle Tien will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and avoid overexerting yourself while you're recovering.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much.
Dr. Baiju.
You're here too? Yes. The exhaustion seems to have gone. My mind is steadily getting clearer again.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all.
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to check in here. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tien. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable for the position. But Qianwei and Mingbo both have potential.
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties easily. I've always known this. But whenever it happens, it's still a dismal experience.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle Tien not that surprised?
Don't underestimate Uncle Tien. He wouldn't have appointed me as assessment officer if he hadn't had his doubts about Zhi. Normally, the Yue High Pavilion would be responsible for assessing the candidates.
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust him unreservedly. When I first met Zhi, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden agenda. I concluded that he had no ulterior motives whatsoever. In the end, even he changed. I never had any plans to recommend him directly. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things.
I have to admit, he's a smart guy. And the intel suggests that the Fatui saw him as very low risk. But Zhi was still extremely careful with the poisoning. He chose that specific liquor from Xinyue kiosk because he also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought. Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious?
But that's still really dangerous.
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences despite taking the antidote.
How is Zhi now?
Well, I mean, he's sitting in a jail cell. Like, still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep him safe from any—
A deal? Does this have to do with what you said to him when you arrested him?
Yes, Zhi's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, I'd have handed the case off to my subordinates as soon as— But once the Fatui became involved—
Well, did you?
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped off the hook at the last second.
Uncle Tien? Yelan? What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't understand.
Zhi colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. With Yusupov in our hands, and a statement from Zhi, Also, we'd be able to gain control of Theophon. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of new options. Why else did you think I was investing so much time and effort into this case?
So, okay, well...
We got halfway. The first part went off without a hitch, and we passed all the information on to Lady Ningguang. But when we tried to make contact with Theophon, he was gone, along with all the evidence.
The Fatui must be spying on us.
I found out from other sources that the Harbinger Regrator got involved. The Fatui's main forces aren't concentrated here. Regrator was only treating this as a peripheral concern. It's a pity that Theophon got away. But knowing which Harbingers are still looking at Liyue is something. It gives me a starting point for my next mission.
I have to ask, Yelan, do you have any desire to take over the position of Tianshu yourself? I remember you showed some interest a few days ago at Yen.
Oh, that. I was obviously joking. I prefer my current life. There's danger. Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role. As Alright, I'm done here.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed. But I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves involved in other people's business all the time, maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle Tian. After the recent turn of events, I'd say he owes you one, wouldn't you?
Yo, 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 Binkusu no sake no tamane ni yokuyo, tsunake saide ano hikari ya, jibun no nase ga ware wa iru yo ni jibun dake o saide ano hikari ya, yoho 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 yoho. Oke, dah dulu ya. Genshin sudah berakhir sampai di sini guys. Cek riwayatnya. Oh nggak tahu udah berapa banyak riwayat gua gitu. Dari terakhir gua dapet bintang 5. Berapa sebenarnya? Ya. Tuh 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 1, 42, 3. 3. 43 guys. Baru 43. Tombol tinjil 45 aja gimana guys? Mau gak? Empat. Udah. Tombol tinjil 45 ya. Ininya apa namanya? Lewatnya jadi 45. Setelah waktu kita dapat 5, kita tinggal hajar 5 jadi 50 gitu. Kalau udah 50 baru kita top up. Udah 50 baru kita ini lagi 10 jadi 60. Itu. Kan? Oke. Kita keluar dari game dulu. Sebentar. Tadi kita apa? Gak sabar gue lagi nunggu reaksi video gaming pertama gue gitu ya. Emang udah renderingnya secepat itu kah? Dia bilang dia nggak rendering lagi. Oh, keren sih, sampai ngerendering sih lu keren sih men. IC Fadilah, lo harus ganti nama, jangan IC Fadilah, cari yang lain. Apa namanya? Mana si Fadilah? Ada. Huruf gedenya juga bang. Oh. Nggak ada tuh. Hello, I'm under the water. How are you? Mana sih? Mana sih? Filter channel katanya. Filter. This one. Ada. Video goblok. Channel. Ini OA ya. Shit, Master Dedi. Lu kirim link channel lu aja lah, biar cepet. Nyari begini repot, gila. Lu kirim channel lu aja. Kalau gue nyari repot. Gak ketemu. Na. Say it, oh, baby, let's go. Ini ya. Mana linknya? Masih nggak bisa gue klik gitu tuh. Bisa gue klik. Kalau bisa gue klik udah gue klik. Saya itu bisa saya klik. Udah gue kirim. Allah, kirimnya di Discord. Kirim ke sini, ke chat, jangan di Discord. Gue repot lagi buka Discord nanti kalau ke sini. Kirimnya ke sini aja. Baru bisa kirim live chat katanya. Bisa. Gue ngirim linknya bisa nih. Kirim linknya. Bisa tuh. Bisa. Oh, bisa kebuka kan? Coba mana kirim sini. Itu udah dikirim bang, ada yang mana? Kalau belum like channel, gue nggak bisa lah. Alright pal, you win. Bangke, gue harus buka Discord dulu. Capek gue buka Discord di PC tuh ribet sebenarnya. Males. Kalau kasusnya kayak gini lagi gue nggak mau lah. Nah, gue mau tahu kalau lu mau gue react, kirim ke live chat gimana pun caranya. Nggak usah takut akun dihack, nggak usah takut. Akun dihack, bikin lagi, selesai. End of story. Sama gue mau usah dibikin susah. Mencatur. Interesting. Boleh mencatur. Emang nggak bisa ya. Berarti moderator doang yang bisa. Apa moderator harus ngizinin? Nggak ngerti juga sih gue cara ngizinin gitu. Bukan harusnya bisa ya.
Halo guys, selamat datang kembali di channel. Selamat datang. Oh iya, selamat datang ya. Selamat datang kembali.
Backlight. Ini udah satu kesalahan fatal nih, backlight. Itu doang.
Pokoknya gua akan pamer skill catur gua di sini. Gak usah banyak bacot, kita mulai saja.
Gua gak ngerti catur lagi. Pusing gua kalau main catur.
Coba kita jalan ya.
Nah, ini kan jalan ini kan langsung L kan. L dot. Dia ngikutin. Oh iya, dia ngeluarin ini dulu sengaja biar ratunya bisa lepas. Berarti nggak bisa ya. Kamu sini set. Sila gedek. Ya nggak bisa. 3 kali nggak bisa berarti. Hah?
Lagi mencoba
Oh, dia gerak situ.
Saya lagi mencoba permainan Italia.
Kalau udah sampai kesini sih bodoh sih, pasti makan kuda sih.
Mana ya?
Itu tergantung AI-nya juga. Dia kalau gerakin yang ini ke sini sih dimakan kuda pasti. Kayak benar. Oh boy, here we go. Gue jalan otak dulu nih, bentar. Otak gua. Salah. Dia jalan ini 2 langkah udah salah. Ini kalau dia udah jalan sini ntar makan yang ini. Soalnya kan kalau yang ini makan ke sini, lu nggak ada backup buat makan yang di sini kan. Lu ini maju 1, dia makan lu ke sini. Hilang 2 pion lu. Sayang. Ini makan ke sini dek gitu kan. Salah sih kalau menurut gua. Tapi gantung AI juga gerak yang mana ya. Tapi kalau menurut gua sih salah sih. Kalau orang normal ya. Orang normal mikirin itu pasti kalau misalnya lu maju sini, 1 jeder dia akan makan ke sini. Dia makan ke sini. Dan di sini lu nggak ada ini gitu kan. Nggak ada backup kan sininya. Ada kuda sebenarnya ke sini jeder gitu bisa set gitu. Lu balik lagi, lu dimakan sama kuda lagi nanti ke sini kan. Draw lagi. Misalnya misalnya kita main perorangan ya. Kita main perorangan nggak main AI. Orang normal itu pasti dia akan makan ini jeder. Aisyah mikir, oh gue bisa makan pakai kuda jeder. Si bego ini makan lagi pakai kuda, draw. Hilang dua-duanya kuda. Gitu.
Ayo dong, jalan dong.
Mundurin. Balikin. 1. Kan gue bilang apa? Apa gue bilang? Bener kan? Apa gue bilang? Bener kan? Apa gue bilang barusan? Bener kan? Makan kuda makan lagi. Bener kan gue bilang? Bodoh lah.
Tidak terkunci. Kalau ada jalan yang kita pilih ini, kita bisa ada juga.
Gue nggak begitu ngerti catur dan gue nggak berani ngasih saran juga ya, karena gue bukan ahli catur. Apaan tuh? Ntar dulu, itu apaan? Perlindungan privasi, waduh. Perlindungan privasi, waduh. Jangan-jangan mode incognito nih, ya kan? Download apa tuh di incognito mode tuh? Mode incognito, Mac. Dibuka sama dia.
Jadi Anda harus tenang dalam permainan catur itu ya. Jangan buruk.
Dia majuin ini.
Jangan.
Bener sih. Kalau misalnya dia kesini, pasti bisa dimakan itu, dimakan ratu, bener sih. Tapi harusnya dia punya preventing juga. Maksudnya preventing gimana? Dia kan sengaja nih dia jalan ke sini kan si A ini, supaya ratunya tuh ntar di turn berikutnya dia kesini bisa kemana-mana langsung, deret kebuka bisa kemana-mana langsung. Makanya maksud gue preventing tuh ya minimal ada satu mungkin. Ya inilah rook nih, yang ini yang rook, yang ini nih yang rook, yang ini minimal ada satu yang cegah supaya ratu nggak bisa keluar ke sini satu gitu, atau kuda atau whatever lah. Oh boy, oke, here we go. Terus catur tuh ngebosenin buat gue nggak terlalu ngerti catur, jadi ya oke lah.
Checkmate.
Ini IC.
Let's go. Kita. Oh, dia tidak melihat.
Dia ngapain?
Checkmate. Strategi checkmate kita.
Kuda. Nah ini harus dipindahin nih. Ini ratu dipindahin nih. Ntar kemakan nih. Tuk. Dia sengaja gerakin kuda. Dia mau makan ratu ini. Ini kok sampai nggak dipindahin sih? Gue nggak tahu lagi sih.
Melihat ya.
Ya walaupun sebenarnya dia kalau makan kesini pun dimakan sama ini gitu loh. Dimakan sama kuncung gitu. Tetap aja.
Ya. Aduh gimana kok?
Dimakan sama rooknya, tapi tetap aja.
Banget gitu.
Sayang ratu tuh bisa kemana-mana loh. Bisa kemana-mana loh.
Gimana nih guys? Bilangin nih guys, kok easy gitu ya guys ya? Gimana guys?
Easy.
Maksudnya begini. Gak ada yang jago apa? Ya udah kita checkmate aja ya guys ya. Aduh, udah checkmate dah. Aduh.
Curang.
Aja ya guys ya. Aduh, udah checkmate dah. Aduh. Ya udah kita cek. Dia
langsung checkmate ke sini.
Checkmate aja ya guys ya.
Singkat banget game-nya.
Aduh. Gampang banget guys. Aduh, kok gampang yang.
Wait. Ini anak lo IC. Gila ini anaknya men. IC sudah menjadi bapak. BAPACK nih. Lagi hormat lagi namanya. Gue kalau main sama dia lapor permainan. Itu gue kecil loh. Kirain anak lo. Kalau gue main sama dia nih lapor permainan. Ini orang cheating. Masa baru berapa turn udah menang nggak bener.
Habis thinking gue gitu ya. Aduh, Liga Elite. Udahlah guys, sampai sini dulu lah video gue ya. Video pertama kali intinya itu aja.
Oke. So far, jujur gue nggak terlalu suka main catur, karena gue nggak terlalu suka mikir orangnya. Gue hanya akan berpikir ketika gue ada dalam masalah, atau lah yang direview bukan impersonate. I know. Jujur gue nggak ngerti catur dan gue nggak berani ngomong banyak. Satu, kedua, gue mau mikir Orangnya tuh paling malas mikir. Gue tuh orang yang penuh dengan tindakan daripada pemikir. No, gue nggak gitu orangnya. Jadi dia sempat salah langkah sedikit. Yang pas gue bilang, ini kalau makan kesini makan kuda. Dia maju makan kuda bego musuh makan lagi, bener. Salah move-nya di situ doang sih. Tapi mungkin itu bagian dari strategi dia juga atau I don't know gitu. Gimana yang personal gue bang tadi itu bergaming? Kaku ya. Agak kaku gimana gitu ya. Mungkin baru pertama kali kali, gak apa-apa. Gue juga pertama kali kaku banget juga sih. Cuman kalau bisa saran gue jangan catur doang. Semua game lo mainin, PSX, PSP, PS2, mainin aja nggak apa-apa, mainin aja gitu. Dia orang tahu, oh ini waktunya begini gitu. Jangan tuh ke sini itu. That's what people looking for. Misalnya kayak gue main Mega Man gitu kan, Mega Man dong. Gue tuh pasti bakal main, oh ini letak lokasi hard tank di sini, letak lokasi energi tank di sini, weapon tank di sini gitu. Batuan, halo Batuan, dia datang ketika gue mau udahan. Ya, itu review terakhir sih. Dan by the way, semua terus bang, thank you Batuan. Dan by the way, selalu yang gue ucapin IC. Satu dan terpenting, semoga saya selalu, amin Batuan, thank you. Satu dan terpenting, muka terang kayak gue nih. Ini backlight, men, lu backlight. Itu pentingnya situ. Orang tuh kalau ngeliat backlight begini, ya orang siapa, gue nggak kenal gitu. Pasti begitu, pasti begitu. Ya orang siapa, gue nggak kenal, karena lu backlight. Makanya jangan backlight. Itu. Nanya lagi, terus gue pakai apaan? Pakai handphone emak lu kayak, pinjem senternya doang nggak apa-apa. GG bang, dapat 10.000 dari Bang Gioh. Selamat. Berwan dapat 10.000 dari Bang Gioh. Thank you Bang Gioh sudah memberikan 10.000 pada Berwan. Walaupun gue belum kenal orangnya, tapi thank you. Gitu. Nih ya, dari gue nih ya, isi ya. Satu itu muka, yang penting lu sinarin muka dulu. Kedua, ya so far lu udah bagus, cuma agak sedikit kaku. Yang ketiga, all round gamer saja, main game apa aja yang lu mainin yang lu bisa. PUBG kayak, Free Fire kayak, Mobile Legend kayak, apapun. Gak usah takut sama rank lu, master juga hajar aja. Gue rank master gue live-in kok. Gak apa-apa, gak usah malu. Iya loh, gue Hayabusa ada loh buktinya. Lu lihat aja yang gue bikin konten kalau gak salah. Hayabusa kalau gak salah konten gue. Ada rank gue masih master. Geoff channel. Bang, gak ada notif donasi kah? Notif gini. Kalau gue kan gini ya, gue hanya menyalakan OBS itu kalau gue stream Roblox. Kenapa Geoff? Karena gini, kalau gue stream pakai OBS dia mati sendiri. Laptop gue kayak nggak kuat atau ada yang settingan gue yang salah, gue nggak ngerti. Pokoknya itu kalau gue stream pakai OBS itu mati sendiri. Satu. Tapi gue tetap masang donasi. Donasi ada kok. Ada donasi. Gitu. Tsunage Hyori. Halo bang, halo Hyori. Gitu Gio, ya. Gitu ya isi ya, paham ya. Jadi ya kekurangan lu itu doang sih. Ini doang. Nih. Gua gak terlalu suka catur. Satu. Kedua, gue paling benci namanya mikir. Gua hanya akan berpikir ketika situasi genting doang. Udah itu aja. Gue tuh gitu orangnya. Kalau situasi nggak rumit, gue nggak mikir. Walaupun gue Batman ya, the greatest detective of course. Thank you. Gitu. Ya, intinya itulah sih. Tapi so far bagus sih. Nah coba bang yang ada donasi tuh, yang ada donasi loh, hah? Yang ada donasi. Ada? Mau lihat? Nih ya. Harus ini ya. Namanya gue pin ya. Bentar nih. Oh. Ntar gue buka, lu kalau udah donasi bilang aja. Ntar gue buka ininya, linknya langsung gue lihat. Gitu, oke. Apalagi sih? Udah. Well, that was quick. Udah dikirim donasi bang? Ah, dikirim. Really? Serius? Login, coba gue lihat. Oke. Maaf nih, bukannya gue nggak mau masang, bukan. Kalau di rilis gue nggak tahu cara masangnya. Kalau OBS kan simpel. Cuman bencinya gue sama OBS satu, suka mati sendiri, itu doang. Itu doang yang gue benci. Makanya gue tuh kalau pakai OBS itu cuma pas live roblox doang. Jadi kalau orang mau ini ya silakan gitu. Dukungan. Bah, Jauh channel. Buset! Gila! Siapa nih orang? April Kills the Starlight. 30.500. Semangat streamnya bro. Ada rezeki dari pasukan air mata tetap. Semangat ya bro. Thank you. Thanks. Ini juga terima kasih Ziof. Ziof. Tuh, Ziof. Ini kalau tebakan gue bener ya. Kalau tebakan gue bener ya, soalnya gue kepikiran satu karakter. Bener nggak nama lo ini, Giovanni? Bener nggak nama lo Giovanni? Soalnya gue kepikirannya Giovanna. Terus gue mikir nih Giovanni, pasti Giovanni namanya, Gioff soalnya, Giof. Temen gue cewek namanya Giovanna. Makanya gue mikir pasti cowok Giovanni gitu. Lo bang, maaf cuma kasih segini, semoga berkah sukses. Nggak apa-apa. Lu mau donate 1.000 pun bisa loh. Tuh, donate 1.000 pun bisa. Jadi donate gue tuh, sebenarnya donate gue tuh, apa ya? Donate gue itu simple. Lu donate GoPay pun juga bisa. 500 perak pun bisa sebenarnya. Itu Kads, Nazril, 1.000. Maaf ya, cuma 1.000 ya nggak apa-apa. Apa ya, gue minta nama lu jadi Kads. Bodoh amat. Seseorang 20.000. Semangat bang. Thank you. Rag. Asih. Gue bahasin deh. Maaf ya. Yang penting happy. Budi. Yo. What's up? Easy mata lo easy. GPP. Makasih. Rayton Rakyu 50.000 lihat. Fuckboy cembeluit. Thank you ya, Bartwan sama Gioff sudah donasi guys. Ya pokoknya ini pengumuman dari gua. Sekali nih gua ngomong. Gua hanya akan buka donasi setiap live stream Roblox aja. Nah itu aja sih. Di luar dari itu gua gak akan buka donasi. Kenapa? Karena mati sendiri. Live streamnya suka mati sendiri kalau pakai ini gitu soalnya. Pokoknya apa-apa. Thank you ya Gioff ya. Oke. Begitu kita akhir dulu guys sampai sini perjumpaan kita. Jangan lupa like, comment, share dan subscribe. Terima kasih karena sudah datang malam hari ini. Ada si Prentoro, Bartwan, Gioff ya. Thank you. Sudah di-donate Gioff sama April Kills the Starlight. Thank you juga. Terus ada Suchinage Hiyori, ada si Irawan, ada Vira, ada Jack Ripple, ada Bang Kazu, ya, thank you Bang Kazu, sama Vinatan tadi ya. Mau Pixem ya? Pixem juga datang ya? Gua lupa juga sih. Oke, begitu. Terima kasih semuanya sudah menyaksikan sampai hari ini. Sampai jumpa lagi di live stream dan video berikutnya. Gacha. Live stream kali ini sangat menyenangkan. Selamat malam, selamat beristirahat, dan sampai jumpa di